Good morning. Now the sound should be fine. I was checking to see if it was turned up a little bit, but good morning, everyone. All right. Well, it feels like forever because I was looking at my calendar and I did like 4 videos in the whole month of September. It's like, what? After having all those videos and then turning around and not being home that much to do them, it's like, wow. I'm sorry, but we're here today. And everything's normal, so we'll go ahead and let you know that you can guess the flavor of coffee and the flavor of creamer. It has to match exactly, and we have our wonderful Deb watching so that I don't have to. That's wonderful. And we are going to start our stocking today. Now, Linda has tested this pattern this time. And that's a good thing. And yet it's a bad thing. No, it's fine. But at least we have someone in the group that has actually tested it, and that's wonderful. What I was going to ask her if she would do for us is send me the photo of the finished, and then later on today I will post something in the group that you can post your stocking in when you're finished. So we're not going to do drawings from that. We're just going to do a final. Okay. And what I also, well, we'll get to it later, but I also have a package that will go into the pink box over there, the bin. Anyway, good morning, everyone. All right, so coffee time, right? You always look for a story. I don't have a lot of things that I need to talk about, but I'll just touch on a couple, right? We went to Watkins Glen. It was glorious, and I did share a little clip of my view of the track, and it was up high. I was on the 40th level. I'll tell you what, once you hit 60, walking up 40 levels is not something you want to do a couple, 3 times in that day. So I walked up there and I'm like stopping every so many 10 and going, I'm not coming down until the race is over because I don't want to walk back up. But yeah, what a view that was. I did not expect to be that high up. I never really thought about it. I didn't think about how high that main grandstand was, because the other one we were on row 1, couldn't see nothing. Last year we had gotten seats on row 1 of one of the turns. There is a lot of grandstands at Watkins Glen because it's a road course, so there's several different stands and they're all over the place, and you can walk all over. And we walked across the bridge and we went inside the track this year because we got there plenty early enough. And yeah, it was really fun. And the other thing that I did was I got this bag. It's a see-through bag and it says NASCAR on it, and I thought, well, that's perfect for my crafts. So, and these were $5. Had I known that every trailer had these bags with drivers on, I would have gotten a Chase Elliott. But once I had already gotten one, I thought there's no sense in getting another one. Maybe I will later. Maybe I'll get a Chase Elliott one later. But for now, I got the NASCAR one anyway. But I put my stocking in supplies in there just to use for this project. All right. So what else? Yes. So the shop, we had a gentleman across town that hasn't been able to open his shop, so we've gotten the fallout, and it's still coming. So we have a lot of extra people walking in that we have no idea who they are. It's kind of eye-opening, like, wow. So there's that. And we're about a week out with getting things done in the shop and then getting them back to the people. It's kind of crazy. And the third thing is, last night was the bachelor party. It wasn't anything like you guys are thinking. It was more a bunch of guys, dads and gentlemen went to Copper Top, had dinner, talked, gabbed, nothing crazy. And then they all came back home. But today is the shower. I'm really excited about it. It's 3 weeks. The wedding is in 3 weeks. October 12th. I can't believe it. I mean, I know I shouldn't be as excited as the bride is, right? But I am. Because she's known him her whole life, you know? So, all right. What are we working on? Let's get on with it. We're doing a make-along called Whip It Good. And that means you bring out your languishing whips, right? And you will work on them or finish them or whatever, but you want to put your photos in. And that's good because I see a bunch of you have, and that's almost the first week. It was only like 7 of you, but if you want to start something new, that's fine. It's your call in Whip It Good. We're going to run this from September, October, and November. Finish up your whips. Get your Christmas projects finished. This is where you do it. And so I did start a blanket. But I have all kinds of whips I could bring out, right? Leather ones. No, just kidding. So, yeah, that's pretty good, by the way. Pretty good coffee today. Good morning, those that are new this morning. So I talked 2 weeks ago. I talked about making a blanket for my daughter for her wedding present. Now I'm not going to get it done. You know I'm not. And what is down in there is a cake of Karen cloud cakes, and this is the gray, and there you go, gray and cream, or it's just all gray. It's shades of gray, and that matches her living room. Yeah, boring, right? It's not, though. It's not. How far have I gotten in 2 weeks? Well, I finished 2 entire cakes, started on the 3rd one. I know. I put it down in this basket and just forget about it and keep going. And I've been watching, binge watching on Netflix. That's what I like to do. Oh my gosh, I started a new one. Oh, that's another story. All right, so where am I? I'm using an eye hook on this yarn, and this is a 4, I believe. Maybe I ought to make sure that's what it is. I'll grab one out. So my plan was to use 6 of these, and I'm on number 3. So what are they? They are polyester, right? Oh, the colorway is called Night Watch. I don't think I ever told you that. 100% polyester, correct. And it is a 4 medium. It is the softest. Oh, let's say halo. You know it, right? I'm hearing from people that I haven't seen or talked to in a minute. All right, so this is how big the cake is. Each one of these is 720 yards. I've already put 2 whole ones on, and I'm on the 3rd one. And I have 6 of them. I bought them all, right? This blanket is gorgeous. So here's your... I started with the dark, worked to the end of that cake, started the second one with the same color on the outside, so that would be the white up against, or the light gray up against the light gray, and then I'm finished with the dark and started a dark again. So it doesn't want to stay up there, does it? It is really long, so it's blowing out the camera, but I have it doubled. So it's my arm stretch. Well, not quite. If I put it on my shoulder and stretch it to my hand, it goes twice that length. How long is that? Well, let's see. So I did this and I did that. And that is 35. So it's 70 long. 70. Now, I thought that she could do it. She could put it on this way, on her couch this way, right? So it's 70 long this way, and then I will do 6 wide. So whatever. So one of them, one cake is, I put little markers where each one started. One cake goes 10 inches. So it'll be 60. When it's finished, it'll be 60. And I'm not doing a border. That's going to be the border. It's going to be fine. Is this ever soft? Oh my gosh. It's cushiony. I'm doing the single crochet 2 doubles. And that you just repeat it. Oh my gosh. You got one of the maroon ones? Yes. But wasn't able to pick up on time. Oh no. Okay, so I'm trying to work on that exclusively. Whenever it gets done, I'll give it to her. I don't think I'll have it done in 3 weeks. But when she gets back from her honeymoon, maybe. She knows I'm making it. She picked out the color. She has not seen it. So that's exciting. I can't wait. Can't wait. Okay. Let's set that over there. All right. Let's do a draw here. I know a couple of you asked me for that pattern in the past, and I know I've given out. It's a multiple of 3 plus 1. So you make it as wide as you want. And then you start right out in the second chain with single crochet and 2 doubles. And then you skip 2, single crochet, 2 doubles. And then you just keep going. All right, let's do a draw. And this one is for Whip It Good. Random winner for this week will come right out of here. And yeah, we're going to move that wheel today. Let's see what we got. Well, you still can't see it. I made it darker, but you still can't see it. Winner today, Denise Hoffman. Denise, you're here. Okay. So, Denise, you get a number on the bracket board. Now, this is a brand new bracket board. It is 1 through 32. I don't believe that any numbers have been taken yet. Let me see. I might have. I got to look through all the animals. Make sure. Oh, yes, there is a number down here. And it's Lori. So number 16 is taken. That's the only number. Every other number is open. If you don't want a number, you can take something out of the baskets. This is the, stuff. And this one is, like stitch markers. What do we call that? Notions. Yeah, notions. We'll call it that. And I am going to put a bag of the beads and the ring to do your stocking with. Now, I'm not going to be giving everybody one of these, but so what's it going to be, Miss Denise? Number 2. Okay, thank you very much. I missed it. I wasn't looking, but I got you guys, so it's a wonderful thing. All right, we're going to put Denise right on number 2. And if you wouldn't mind, Deb, go ahead and mark the chat. And we will get someone else a chance to get on the board. If you have a United States address and you like to play the games, now's your chance. The first game today, Mark is not here. Debbie is here. At this point, you will put that you want to get a spot on the bracket board, or you want to pull something out of the basket and win something. So right now is your chance, and you can put it in the comments now, and Deb's going to draw me a winner, and that's how we're going to start the show. Now, I was supposed to be working on a hat, and I have been working on a hat to do a tutorial for. And it was supposed to be the September Yarnable colorway, which it is. It's in this bag. The bag is here. The yarn is here. The crochet hook is here. There's the yarn. And guess what? I started it. I have this beautiful brim done. It is gorgeous, right? And I did row 1 and row 2 of the body, and now I have to rip it out. So that's how far I am on the hat for September's tutorial. This has nothing to do with hats, and more hats. It's just me. But I wanted to have a new hat done for September. It's going to be delayed a little bit. But that's one of the things I was working on when I still had Saturdays. Now I don't have Saturdays anymore. So I'll be working on that. That is with a 3 light or a DK weight, because that is a Yarnable from September, the appley colorway. Anyway, but I have worked on hats because I have been working on my hat for September, which is my hats, and more hats, which is awesome. And I'm going to show you that in just a minute. And we have 19 entries. Wonderful. What I want to do is tell you to have your yarn ready for the starting of our stocking. So the stocking pattern is the one from the booklet I got at Hobby Lobby. And that is this stocking. I'm picking out, or I did pick out, a sparkle yarn, the Higgy. Is that how you say it? Hygge, Red Heart Hygge. And this one is not heavy enough, so I'm going to be using it double pulling it from the inside and the outside. Wow, is that going to be a pain in the butt? I wish I had one of those like a paper towel roll thing that you could stick it on to do that with, because that would work out better. But I'll figure out something. It'll be fine. And then a J hook. So that's what you will need to start this stocking. We're going to start it after we do the middle of the show. You know, let's make a yarn deal. Okay, we have a winner. Our first winner today, well, not the first, because we had a drawing from Whip It Good, but our second winner of the day, I guess, is Cynthia King, and she picked number 19. Woohoo! Way to go, Cynthia. All right, 19 is over on this side of the board. And everyone is saying, what are we going to win for this bracket board? What are we going to win? I have not picked out what we're going to win yet. I guess I have time, right? I have plenty of time. We have 32 spots to fill. That doesn't fill quickly. We all know it is a long 3-month usually thing, which goes along with Whip It Good. And that is also a 3-month thing. So, you know. So ready, if you are ready to do that, and you want the pattern and you want to do it at your leisure, Miss Linda will drop this pattern link into the chat, but it also is down in the description, and it's the stocking by Hobby Lobby, and that brings you to a link that has all the items on this brochure. So there's gnomes, and there's a table runner on here for fall. There is some ornaments, some mittens, and hats. I've done the hats. I've even made my own pattern, right? There is a really cool pillow here for fall. This is a nice assortment. There is a set of little baskets that spell out joy here. This is a really cute one. And there's a tree skirt with a button closure so you can wrap it around and button it. And pom-poms, which I don't know that I would do the pom-poms, but anyway, it's got these really cute gnomes. I think they're adorable. But the stocking, that's where it's from. There is your link to that pattern. Now you can do it all by yourself. You don't need my help. But if you want to do it together, that's what the plan is to do it together. And we'll do a few rows today. We'll do a few rows every Sunday for a couple weeks. And I'm not going to work on it when, only when we do homework. You remember the homework? Yes, you do. Oh my gosh. Okay. Back to hats, and more hats. That's what today is. A finished object. Wow. I can't believe that I actually finished something, because I haven't. Well, that's not true. We did watch TV for an hour each night, and I was working on the blanket. So it's not that I didn't finish anything, but I was trying to do as much on that blanket as I could. So, but my September hat is finished. It is worked in a knit pattern. Just, your regular, what do you call, a Ross original is what I call it. But anyway, this is what is left of this cake. And, this will go in a nice amount of, in my Navajo blanket, right? I have a little less than half, I think. But I did notice that there was a couple ties on the colors. Not, I think there was, one tie in here. But anyway, the hat is done. It is striped because that's how the colorway is. There is one right here. So this is the Karen Chunky Cakes. And it comes with a pom-pom. So there it is. And the colorway was Lime Freeze. And the winner for September will get this one. And I put on a green heart stitch marker. So my hat is done now. Here's my, I said I was going to do little videos as I made this hats now. And I did. And you will see it. You will see that video on the 1st when I draw the winner for September, and I'll put everything together. And that's the best way, is to wait. So while we're here, though, while I say that I finished it, will I buy this yarn again? Probably not. Yes, it's kind of fun and have a novelty of, buying it all in one kit. However, whoever makes these kits up, I don't think they use the stuff. And I'm sorry that I'm not happy, but come on, people. So they give you this pom-pom, right? And it has this tiny little thread as the part that you're going to sew it on with. Well, that's a wimpy. And I can't make this is a kind of pom-pom that is dense. It's not your yarn kind of pom-pom. So it's not like I can put yarn through it and get it. You would have to sew it on permanently. And I don't want to do that because I want to be able to wash the hat and not wash the pom-pom. So there's my opinion there. But when you get it so that you pull it through to the button, this is not going to work. The person's going to end up having to be crafty that you gift it to, because you're going to have to put these tiny little threads back through. Oh my gosh. And anyway, so you see where I'm coming from. This is $12.99 for one of these. So that's my opinion. And but as far as the yarn itself, it's okay. And I'm sure it's even going to be softer. It worked up pretty soft, though. All right, so enough of that. Well, anyway. Hey, Deb, want to play Let's Make a Yarn Deal? Get the... where did I get this needle from? Okay, I think I pulled it out of here. I moved too quickly and a needle hooked on to the hat and pulled the needle this way, and it was in this bag over here. Okay, does everyone know how to play Let's Make a Yarn Deal? If you don't, now's your chance to play. You do have to have United States address. Deb marked the chat. So now you will write in your favorite color and your favorite yarn weight right now. And what happens is Deb pulls a name. And when I get that name, I go around Christi's closet and I find something to match up with that yarn. That is how we play. That's it. It's just a really fun way to do it. And I call it Let's Make a Yarn Deal, because if I find something that you may not like, you can always trade it in for something out of the basket, which could be a mystery, or you could get your name on the bracket board. So the 3 games tie in together. And I love that. I do. And I also pulled out a little bag here for later, for the last draw, of the new segment, which I'm calling Not My Cup of Tea. No, this is not a negative video or negative channel, but seems like lately, not really. It's mostly positive. 42 people here today. That is wonderful. Wonderful. It's funny, Granny D, that you said that because the color and the weight is what I'm looking for, and she puts up something totally. But yeah. Mm. HT. Oh my gosh. This community is so much fun. Hey, is Steve here? I haven't seen his name fly by. Just curious. Just curious because I sent him a bunch of scraps. And trust me, they were all different. Feeling, all different weights, all different uh you know, it was just whatever I didn't want to put into my Navajo blanket. Uh-huh. Oh, don't I should have said make sure your chat is on live chat, because sometimes that happens where your comments are delayed. He could be in the bushes. Yeah, I know. But I was just curious if he got it. I know he probably did. It's been 2 weeks, and I don't have mine in one place either. I have a basket over there of scraps that I was using for towels. So when you do, your towel rings and stuff, you want to take a towel and match up the colors on it. And so I have a bunch of, worsted weight scraps for that. And a lot of it is older red heart and stuff. But so those are sitting there in a basket for towels. And then I have 3 DK lightweight threes for the baby blanket scrap blanket. So that's different. He's probably sorting them out. A lizard came in. Oh my gosh. What kind? One of those bad lizards or just a little one? We have a winner. It's Mado. And she'd like a 3 in or a 4 in teal. Okay, great. Yeah, we're running out of teal here. However, I'll find something, right? But we need someone to play Van Halen because Steve is not here. So maybe Denise can. All right, here we go. Number 3 or number 4 in teal. All right, here we go. We'll find something. Yeah, got some colors here. think I got a choice here that's different. Yeah. Well, look at this. All right. I got 2 items. Got 2 to choose from. And I will, this is fun because what I like to do is stump, you try to stump me. And of course, sometimes you do. Sometimes I don't nail it, but this is different. I thought, why not see what this person likes? Okay. So I pulled this over here because it's got teal in it. This is a skein of Baby Delight. I don't know whether or not you're going to actually see the teal in it there. How's that? So what it has teal stripes with a beige and white. So there's a couple other colors in there. There's a regular blue in there too. And this is a 557 yard skein of Baby Delight. It is a loops and threads. It is called Rocking Horse. And we have 70% acrylic and 30% polyamide. Absolutely my favorite blend. And all right, I missed what kind of lizard is it? Lizard. It's a lizard. Okay, so how many yards did I say that? It's a 3 light. Baby blues, I guess. Machine washable, all of that stuff. Did I say the yardage? I did. Okay, so it's a skink. It's enough for a baby sweater and a hat. Absolutely. Oh, yes. Yep. So I have made things with this. If you look back on the channel, you'll find stuff. Anyway, this is one of her choices. Now, Maddle, if you have another, if you don't want this one, I do have a whole package of teal. What this is Himalaya denim. And it is 5 skeins of the cotton that I got from Hirschner's. Himalaya denim. And it is 155 yards each. And this is a teal washed out color, right? And there's 5 of them. So that's quite a bit too. If you don't like that, you can pick something out of the baskets, either one, or get a spot on that bracket board. So yeah, if you do want the yarn, then we will add a handmade stitch marker. Supposed to be a tough choice, right? The second one. Okay, she wants the cotton. All righty. Yeah, we will send that off to you. Now, I need you to pick out a stitch marker. This is beautiful. These are hard, though, with all that stripes. My suggestion to use a variegated like this is to pull solids that match these and use it in a blanket that you can draw the solid out, and it's nice that way. But again, beautiful yarn, very soft. The only thing is when you work this, you get to the end, and as the last part of the skein works, it does tangle up on itself. So you have to be careful. And that's the polyester. But I still love it. It's equivalent to Sweet Delight for sure. All right, let's ask Maddle, what stitch marker would you like? Now, I do have some hearts and some stars. We have what I was calling the stars from the Lucky Charms cereal. We have mushrooms, we have smile faces, we have pumpkins for Halloween already. We have one cowboy hat. We have the cowboy boot left, and Texas. We have a Texas stitch marker. These were given to me by Jill, and I've been making sets of them. We have one bumblebee left, and like I said, an angel. There's a bumblebee. If I miss her answer, let me know. And there's the angel. And then we have, like I said, a couple different kinds of pumpkins already. There we go. So which one would you like? And you do have to claim your prize. So send me a message, even if you have one before, and claim your prize. Your name has to match. You know, I don't know who goes with what name, you know, always. The pumpkin one. All right. This one. This one, or the first one, or the second one. This one's cute. And we have this one. But I do have a third one here too. So there is a third one. And this one is with the witch hat. And I do have some more. This is the witch hat. So 1, 2, or 3 on the pumpkin one. All right. Thank you for playing. All right. Everybody is going to get out their J hook. And we're going to read the first part of this pattern. And then we're going to, as we work the pattern, we're going to put in the suggestions that Linda has. And I have more. I have some that Victoria sent to me too. I just need to know which one of these you want. Oh, did I miss it? The third one. Okay. All right. We'll get that one out. Thank you. That's always fun. Okay. All right. I did not open this bag, but I'm going to have to. Okay. There's a little slit in the bag, so I'll just stick that down in there. So one of these skeins has your stitch marker on it. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's do this stocking. Let's read. Where are we? Where are we? Here we are. I'm going to have to put this at my feet on this other side, I think. So I'm doing mine double because this is a 4-weight, but it's a really thin 4-weight. And if you read this pattern, it says to use a chunky yarn because you want the stocking to be substantial. You don't want it to be wimpy, right? So to start out, where's that hook? Oh, here it is. J hook. I use the silver loom. Susan Bates, that's what I use with everything. So I'm going to leave myself plenty enough room to sew that tail in later and start out with all right, so it says we're going to be using a bobble stitch later on in the pattern, but we're not going to use it for a few rows. We are also going to use a double crochet in the third loop, so that we aren't going to use right away either. When you use the double crochet in the third loop, you will be doing it after you do a half double crochet row, because that's the only stitch that leaves you a third loop. And what it does is it leaves a it leaves a strand of yarn to the outside of your work, and it makes a ridge when you do that. So we aren't going to do that for a while either. Okay, instructions are to chain 2 does not count as a stitch. And then yet it says make a magic ring. Well, make up your mind. Are we going to chain 2 or we're going to do a magic ring? All right, so we will just chain 2 and do what we do normally. We're going to do 12 double crochets into that ring. So if you do magic ring, that's fine. If you do chain 2, you're going to put 12 double crochets into the second stitch from your hook. And then you're going to work all the way, and that's your toe. So we'll close that up. Basically, now I'm going to be telling you this is going to be thick because mine is doubled up. And it's going to be, yeah, I'll show it to you when I get this done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to do 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay. So now we're going to slip stitch into the top of the first double. Now that does, because we only chained 1, basically, it does make it look like it's slanted. So you want to grab all of your side of your slanted stitch and then just slip stitch in it, and it stands it right back up. So this will be your circle, and it's quite thick. Mine is, so if you're using chunky yarn and a J hook, you should have a nice substantial. All right, let's go on to row number 2. Everybody that wants to do this, we're only going to do a couple of rows each week because I don't want to take up the time doing this and only this. Okay, so I'm kind of balancing it out a little bit. And we haven't done one in a while. Round 2, we're going to chain 2. And if I remember, 2 double crochets in each stitch around. Okay, so the chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So we're going to do 2 doubles in each stitch around. So you're going to end up with 24. Now we can talk about whatever we want to while we're crocheting, right? So I'm going to tell you that the weekend of the wedding, I will be planning on doing the live. You will not miss out on that weekend, because Friday night, we're going to be setting up and doing the practice and then going out to dinner. And then Saturday, we're going to be doing our hair together in the hotel room that they're going to use after the ceremony. And then they'll go to the next day, they'll leave from there. So I'm not needed on Sunday morning as far as I know. I believe that we'll be putting the chairs and everything away that night before we leave, because we have to, the venue requires us to do that. But We don't have to go back. And then we'll just return um, the tuxes, I believe, on Monday. And I think the guys are going to do that. I think that I don't have to do that. So, yeah. All right. So as you come around, you should have 24 double crochets because you're increasing one every stitch. And that'll be the second row of your toe, right? Okay, I'm already having issues with my yarn. Look at this. It's because I'm pulling it from both sides. I knew this was going to be a pain in the butt because there's nothing worse than trying to do this and not having the skein turn on something. But it's not, I don't know. It's not knotting. It's just not coming out even. Okay. All right. When you get to the end of row number 2, again, you're going to slip stitch in the top of the first double. So you're not going to do anything with that chain 2. You're just going to leave it. And this will be the end of round 2. Yeah, well, I have to because it has to, well, I don't have to, but it has to be doubled up. There's no other way. So what I was thinking was taking my paper towel roll and setting it here somehow. Maybe that'll work. I'll figure it out. You know. All right, so at the end of row 2, hopefully everyone is caught up. We're going to do row 3, and then we're going to chain 2 again. And we're going to double crochet in the first stitch. And then do 2 doubles in the second stitch. So you're only going to increase every other stitch. You're going to repeat 1 double and then 2 doubles. My yarn has the sparkle in it. Yeah, it's very subtle. Did anybody get the coffee yet, Deb? I mean, I've seen people say at the end of round 3, oh, look at this. They're not giving me a stitch count. Ah, are you serious? The end of round 3 does not have a stitch count. Why? You know it's 36, right? Everybody knows it's 36. Oh my gosh. Darn it all. Okay. So we're on row 3, and I don't want to take it all, on this. So every row is going to be a little bit longer because there's more stitches. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and do our last drawing. Now, our last drawing is while you're doing row 3. Our last drawing is always called Not My Cup of Tea. But that doesn't mean that I don't like the yarn. It could be that I used it and I have some left. Whatever, right? So at this point, Deb does mark the chat again, and you can still grab that spot on that bracket board that you want. You can still get something out of either one of the baskets, and don't forget, I'm putting in this ring and some beads that are going to be the notions that you need to make this stocking the way that it has in the photo. So they have that little ring and stocking holder there. And they're making it out of one of these rings and these beads. So I will put them into the notions basket. Or you can pick this yarn. So what is the yarn I picked out today? It is called Ice Yarns, right? It is a maroon and white marled yarn. It is called Florida Lana. Florida Lana. Imagine that. That is weird. Okay, what is it made of? You had to ask me that. Okay, let's see. You're gonna have to give them a little bit more time, Deb, because I didn't have this out fast enough. It's 30% wool and 60% acrylic and 20% polyamide, and it is maroon and white. Ravini, you will love this. There are 3 of them, and this has 180 meters, so you've got about 450 yards of it, right? 3, yeah, about. Yeah. So this is the Ice Yarn Florida Lana in that maroon color. And on the bag it says burgundy and white. Yeah. I bet you if you doubled up this yarn, you can make this stocking with it. I bet you could. Okay, and it's not going to be against anyone's face because of the wool if you couldn't, have it. But anyway, that is this week's cup of tea that I added in. All right, so Deb is working on that winner for me. And you can still have, you can still do any of the others. So we're doing one double and then 2 doubles. And we should end up with 36. Now, I'm not going to be doing this stocking off camera. So, as we do it, we will only be doing that together. I'm not going to be putting that post up today either. I will do it later on. I'm going to the shower immediately after the live today, pretty much immediately. And so I might be able to get the weekly post up before I leave. But I've got to go down and pick my mom up. And we're going over to the restaurant together to meet all the other girls and have the shower today. So that stocking takes a lot of yarn. Okay, so it says it needs 211 yards of chunky weight yarn. No, I'm sorry. It says it needs 2 skeins of the soft and sleek chunky, and that each one is 211. So over 400 yards. Wow. Okay. Maybe I won't have enough. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Wonder if I have another one of these. Well, we're just winging it. Everybody will start theirs after the show's over instead of during, right? Uh-huh. Let's see how many yards is on here. I'm curious now. Higgy Charm, 432 yards. That's funny. Oh, we have a winner. All righty then. So it is our girl Linda. She won, and she's choosing the number 13 spot on the bracket board. And I know she loves that number 13, and so do I. My daughter was born on the 13th of January. So, and every time there's a Friday the 13th, she'll say something about, oh no, it's lucky for me. And it is. It is. My grandmother was also born on the 13th of the month of August. So, so I am coming around to the end of my row number 3. And you again have a bunch of yarn knotted up here. Jeez. I have some allergies going on today. All right. So there is 36 now. And we're going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet to finish that out. And you should have a big circle. The double crochet is used in almost every single row. There's only, I see one row that has a half double crochet, and then your row that you have your bobble stitches in is pretty much, it's a double crochet. You just hold the last chain, and then when you get 4 on there, then you're going to draw through all the chains at the end of it. So it's pretty much the height of a double. Okay. Let's do row number 4 together, and then we will end it. I have no idea either. Anybody know the answer of Friday the 13th? We're going to chain 2 and do double crochet in the first 2 stitches on row 4. And then we're going to do 2 doubles in the next. So it's a repeat of 2 doubles and then 1. How do you want to say it? Okay, double crochet in the first 2 and then 2 doubles in the next, and that's your repeat. So you're again going to add 12 stitches. So you should have 48 at the end of round 4. And it does not tell me that on the pattern. If I have a problem where I run out of my yarn as I'm doing my stocking, I will probably do the cuff in another color. That will be like a beige or something. Or you could do green, I guess, but I will probably do an off beige or something like that, or a tweed, like something like that, to give it that rustic look, because I don't know if I'll run out or not. So we'll find out. So your row number 4 is 2 doubles and then do double crochet in the first 2 and then 2 doubles in the next. So you're going to increase every third for 48 stitches on that round. All right. Any questions about anything going on? Well, I'll tell you what. You're saying the full moon. We have had a full moon recently, and I live very close to the landfill over here in Broome County. And when there's a full moon, I hear the coyotes, and they come very close, and they will come right down the creek and scream and yell the whole way, and it echoes off of the creek and comes up around here. But they'll run right through our yard and stuff. And it's always around the full moon. So why? You know? Isn't it funny? It's got to be it. Yeah. This is quite big. I'm only halfway around. I'll show it to you when I get all the way around. But yeah. How can I see how many people are actually doing the stocking? I'm just curious. I want to know what my commitment is and to how many, I mean, if it's only 2 people, fine, but I just kind of want to know. You're going to be a grandma? Get out of here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Good. I have lots of people. Congratulations, Lori. So, did they tell you right away? So, are we looking at a long time before we have to wait to find out what the sex is, or are they tell us so I know what I'm doing and how long I have? I usually send a pair of booties off to people if I know that there's a new arrival coming. Okay. All right. So our newest grandchildren won't be that far apart then, because we have one due in February. Remember, Felicity's mom and dad are having a third one. And our third one is due in February. And Monica's it's funny how fast though everything flies by, because my Nyla is a year she was a year already. Goodness sakes, what happened? Right? Can remember when we were just talking about her being, due, and she's already a year and on to her third one. Okay, I am all the way around, and I'm not nodding as much as I was earlier. It's not bad. I'm doing my last double, two double crochets in the last, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the first double again, and this is how big my ring is. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you the size of the width of that, because row 5 is not going to increase anymore. So my ring, my circle, is 5.5 inches. No, it's not. It's 6 inches. That's how wide my circle is 6 inches. And that doesn't look orange to you, does it? It's maroon. So row number 5 is going to be chain 2 and double crochet in each stitch around. You do not increase, and that's all we're going to do for today is row 5. And like I said, I doubled up mine. If I run out, I will use a cream color of some sort. And I do need to tell you what the coffee was. And you're all going to kick yourself. You're going to kick yourself. I know you are. I've got to put Linda's 13 up still. I didn't get up and do that. I will. And Deb will remind me because she always tells me the winners at the end of the show. She gives me an email or a message and it says at 8 inches. That's okay because the bigger the stocking, right? And I don't see anything in the pattern that tells me that. It just says that approximately 20 by 7 is your total. So 7 is the width. So mine's a little skinny then. But that's, yeah. Says 20 inches long by 7 inches wide. Gauge is 16 stitches and 8 rows. So 16 stitches is hard to measure when you're in the round. You're using Premier Spice Shop. Oh, number 6. Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to end it on row 5 here. Did anybody ask any questions that I didn't know about, that I missed? I'm not going to be doing this without you. So I'm going to put it in my NASCAR bag and set it, I'm getting a fuzzies off of this yarn. It's tickling me. So there must be something just enough on here that I'm, breathing. The fan is blowing it right in my face. Anyway, at the end of round 5, you will again slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet. And the email address is down below in the description box. However, if you'd wait just a second, I'm sure that Linda will give it to you. If anyone would like to help me with shipping on all of the games that I play, all you have to do is send me a coffee or a super chat, and everything goes directly to shipping. I usually don't say that much, but there has been a wonderful turnout of memberships, and that really helps a lot. It's only $2.99 a month, and I've got 20 of you now, so that's a big help. And I appreciate all of you. All right, we're getting to the end of my 5th row, and I'm going to go ahead and weave in my ends before I see you again, because that's the way I usually do things. There is my email. Linda shared it for you. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Deb. Thank you to all of you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will probably crank out a video or 2 in the next couple days because I have some subscriptions coming in. I have one from Jimmy Beans that'll be here, and I don't know. I think I ordered something mystery from Aberdeen wool. So we'll have that. And usually those things show up and I share. Okay. So if you are to the end of round 5, you will slip stitch in the top of your first double and you will have seen your stocking or your toe start to turn in. See, it's already starting to bow up because we didn't increase that row. See that? So that's it. That's it. We'll stop there and call it a day. Yep, the shower's today, and the wedding's not until October 12th. So, yeah, I know that you probably didn't mean to say the wedding was today, but that's okay. All right. What is? Yep. All right. I will. Yep. No, 5. That was the end of row 5. Double crochet in each. So you're still going to have 48 stitches because you increased um yeah, again, you can't make up, I said I'm going to be here at a certain time. I will pick you up. No, she's got to call me during my life. You can't. I should have turned the phone off. All righty. Before she calls again, I will say goodbye and talk to you all later. Take a moment out of each day. Be creative. Bye for now. Well, of course it is, Diana. Oh, the coffee. It is cinnamon swirl and hazelnut. Cinnamon swirl. How? That was the easy one. Got you. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.